Paranormal in Pennsylvania may discuss topics such as suicide, murder, and other potentially upsetting things. Listener discretion is advised. Hello, and welcome to Paranormal in Pennsylvania,
where we discuss history and hauntings.
Today's story takes us to haunted hiking trails. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Erica.
Let's get into it. So today we're talking about Moraine State Park. Have you been?
No, and I actually haven't heard of this one.
Really? It's like an hour north of the city of Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah, no. Never heard of it.
So David and I have been hiking here tons of times, and I actually didn't know it was haunted until I saw that they had some, I think, like haunted event or someone was doing an investigation there. And I was like, wait a second. I did not know that it was haunted.
Honestly, hiking trails, I feel like, are, to me, some of like the scariest hauntings because, and I've said this before, I don't like being outdoors at night. And so I feel like it always kind of freaks me out a little bit.
Well, yeah, because when we did McConnell's Mill, that had some creepy hauntings. And then we've had like the Berwick Triangle and stuff like that, haunted woods. So this one is just a whole nother one.
Yeah.
So the history. So Moraine State Park itself was only dedicated on May 23rd, 1970. And I say only despite the fact that that was 55 years ago, because the history predates that, like very far.
Okay, like the land history.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So going way, way back, there are a few continental glaciers north of the state park. When the glaciers retreated, they left behind deposits of accumulated debris, and that's called a moraine.
Oh, okay.
So the park gets its name, Moraine State Park, because it's essentially built on the deposits of gravel, sand, etc. from the glacier.
Okay.
Which is really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that is.
Once the land, the glaciers receded, the land was used by natives for a very long time for hunting, living, fishing, etc. because there's a huge lake there.
As most of Pennsylvania.
Yes. During the late 1800s, wells were drilled to extract oil and gas. And when the wells dried up, instead of, taking everything down, they actually just left them and abandoned them and left them unsealed.
That seems unsafe.
100%. It's definitely unsafe.
Yeah, I don't know how. I mean, I'm assuming they're at least a little built up from the ground. Or are they just holes?
I don't know, actually.
But either way, unsafe.
If you're drilling into the ground, there must be, there's in some way, shape, or form a cavity in the ground then.
I would think, yeah.
Because of this, many areas of the park lost its topsoil, and the streams were polluted because the drainage from the abandoned mines were getting into the streams.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I guess that does make sense, but it's like, I don't know. Whenever I think of like river pollution, I always think of like man-made. I guess that is man-made, isn't it?
Well, yes and no. I know what you mean. It's like, it's the runoff from a mine, which feels more natural than like a power plant.
Yes. Yeah.
So after that, they decided to try to clean up the area, clean up the water, and built a dam. And the dam was constructed to take a river that was there and create a lake from it. The dam was completed November 1968, and by 1970, Lake Arthur, which is the lake there, had reached its full level, which is why the park was finally opened in the 70s.
Oh, that's really cool. Okay, so the river, I'm assuming, is larger, right?
Yeah.
And then they like put all of this water into a concentrated area to like raise the water level?
Yep.
And that took time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so Lake Arthur is a man-made lake. It's not like since
I didn't
it's
think that
from
was
a
a
dam.
thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Like all dammed lakes are man-made. Well, okay, I shouldn't say that. A lot of dammed lakes are man-made because they are damming the river to create the lake.
That's so interesting. Do they do that for like water resource?
Yeah, or wetlands habitat, or sometimes they flood things like Lake Lanier in Georgia. They literally flooded a town. So legend has it that it's haunted and there are still the houses under the lake, but it's man-made.
The city of Atlantis.
Yeah, exactly. And fun fact, for probably no one but us two, my dad went to a Boy Scout jamboree here when he was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, and he grew up in the Midwest.
That's actually so sweet.
Yeah, it's actually so cool. It was the National Boy Scout Jamboree at Moraine State Park. Crazy.
I love that.
I know. Fun fact. Okay, so now to get into the paranormal story. This has obviously been used, the land, for ages. You know, we know that there were native tribes there before we have documented history, right? Who knows exactly how far back those go?
Right.
That said, there are tons of spirits that are said to be here, but there are some distinct spirits that we're going to talk about, and then we'll talk about more of the general hauntings. The most notable spirit, perhaps, is named Nancy.
Okay.
I know, I was
Simple
like,
name.
wow. What's interesting is, like, Nancy could have been a name in so many different ages.
Yes.
It
Because,
could
like, even now.
I was going to say present day. It could be present day. Or, yeah, my mom's best friend growing up was named Nancy. There's a lot of weird facts about my family in this episode. Anyways, so the legend says that in 1871, a local lady named Nancy McCandless was shot through the head by her jealous ex-husband. Bet you didn't think it was going there.
No, I didn't. I actually looked at you because I'm wondering if McCandless has any relation to the McCandless that I live near, but then you said the second half of the sentence, and I was like, not a good time to bring that up.
It does, though.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, like...
Not the second half of the story, though.
Yes. But yeah, the McCandless family. And the husband's name was Robert Silas McCandless. Because of this, obviously she has some unfinished business. She's said to roam the area restlessly, almost as if she's looking for something or someone. And I wonder if she's looking for her murderer. Maybe she doesn't know who killed her.
Yes, I absolutely would believe that. The only other thing I could think is, like, looking for family. Like, if she doesn't know that she's been murdered.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that'd be sad. You're just, like, stumbling around the woods thinking you're alive. That's sad.
Yeah.
But
so hopefully not that.
Yeah. Or maybe just unfinished business in general. Maybe she's just angry.
Yeah.
So the second distinct spirit there is apparently well known, although I had never heard of this in any of my previous research. This is season 7, and this spirit hasn't come up. So I'm always like, how well known is it?
That's fair.
But I don't know. Maybe that's me on my high horse. So this spirit is nicknamed Red Eyes or Old Red Eyes.
I feel like he probably prefers red eyes.
Well, I guess that's true. I was thinking of Old Red Eyes as, like, endearing.
Oh, okay.
Like,
maybe that's better.
You know, but who knows?
I mean, he might be like, excuse me. This is like when the vet called my cat Senior, and I was like, she's not a senior cat. She's a baby.
How old is she?
Like 11.
Yeah, I was like, she is, though, isn't she?
Yeah, she is.
Aw, poor baby. But yeah, I was thinking of it endearingly. I don't know.
Maybe it is. I mean, here's the thing. I think I had that reaction because red eyes seems like almost like not a demon, but it seems demon-like when you first hear it.
Definitely sounds negative.
Yes.
Yep. Because the spirit appears as a shadow figure with glowing red eyes.
My God, it's like the opposite of our logo.
It is. And it's like terrifying. Can you imagine seeing that looking at you in a state park?
No, and I mean, of course, like, knowing about the hauntings, and we say this all the time, but, like, I would be like, all right, hello, maybe. That's a very big maybe. But if I didn't know the hauntings, I would think, oh no, a person is, like, hunting me with, like, some kind of night vision thing.
Right? Yeah. Terrifying. Or, like, what the heck is that?
Yes.
And in fact, that's been a really popular debate for this spirit because many people say it is a spirit, but some people think it's a form of a Sasquatch or a cryptid.
Oh, that could be kind of cool because we are in the woods. Yeah. And I don't remember how far the Pennsylvania wilds are, like, around here. But an hour north of the city seems like maybe we could get some cryptid action up there.
Yeah. I think it could be either. What's interesting is whether people are claiming it's a cryptid or a ghost, the reports are the same, that it kind of like lurks in the bushes or behind the trees and watches people.
Okay, this is a really far out theory. I don't even know if I believe it, but I'm like, what if it's Nancy's ex-husband?
I did not think of that. I mean, he seems like he could have red eyes, and what if he's like
stalking out his next prey.
Or like stalking Nancy. For people that
Oh
are
my
listening
God.
and not watching it, my jaw is on the floor right now. I did not even think about that, and nowhere I read was a theory like that. That is a great theory.
If he's unidentified.
He is.
Yeah, I think it's very possible that he is still following her around. And to be honest, now I'm wondering if Nancy is like aware and is trying to get away.
I hope not.
I hope not either.
She's
because
like looking for a place to hide. Or looking for him. Maybe she's like, I'm going to get you.
I hope that's the case. I hope that is the case for our Nancy.
Wow, that's a great theory. Wow. I feel like we could like mic drop the episode there, but there is more to hauntings to discuss. So in addition to the named spirits, there are more general hauntings. People say that they see green spirit orbs specifically over the lake. And I think we've talked before about water and mirrors and stuff potentially being a portal. However, I'm skeptical that it's over the lake. Is it just starlight, you know?
And not only that, but if there's algae,
yeah,
I don't know if that could help like reflect green. Like in addition to the moonlight, maybe that's kind of reflecting some green too.
That's also a great thought. Because there's not any buildings really other than park offices in the area, so it's not like you're getting a ton of light pollution. But I think because it is so clear, moonlight, stars, etc., could definitely be reflecting over the water. And because it says specifically over the lake,
yeah,
I'm very skeptical.
Yes, because I think if you were kind of wandering around the woods and you saw this, and it would have to be a very specific time of year, because if we're talking about summer or spring, the land is also very green, so that could be it. But like if we're talking like fall and it hasn't snowed yet, or maybe it has, and or like winter, and you're seeing green orbs, that would be to me paranormal. But over the water, I feel like I don't know, maybe in the winter, if people are seeing the orbs in the winter over the lake.
Why?
Because it's ice. Is it like less reflective if it's ice?
I don't know how much it actually freezes over.
Oh,
that's a good point though. I didn't consider that it might freeze over. Yeah, because my other thing with winter though was people report seeing orbs, I think, a lot in winters or in photos, but it could be their breath that they're seeing.
Yeah.
Now that's not going to be green, but still.
Unless they like have not brushed their teeth in a very long time.
Unless they're the Grinch.
Yeah. Unless this is a cartoon.
Right, yeah. So that one I'm a little skeptical of. There are also claims of the spirits of native people that used to live on the land, which I think we all expected to have coming.
Yes.
Because apparently some of the graves were desiccated when the park was formed, people were mining, etc. And we all know that anytime you move a dead body, bad things are going to happen.
Yeah, and it's so disrespectful. And I don't know if they found out after the fact, or if they just didn't care. But it's like, either way, if you're going to set up a park, not knowing is not an excuse.
Right.
So either way, it's not great.
I agree. And I think it makes a ton of sense that there would be native spirits here because they used it as such a important part of their lives to fish, hunt, live there, bury their dead there, etc. That makes a lot of sense. The strong emotional ties for sure.
Yes.
So those are the hauntings. Would you visit this place?
Yeah, I would. Any hiking trail. I mean, especially because you and David have gone a couple times. So it seems like it's just kind of a cool hiking spot. Again, I don't know that I would be there at night. And I don't think we talked about, well, I guess red eyes you would only be able to see at night if they're a shadow figure. But I don't need to be there at night. I would like to try to communicate with Nancy if that would be possible in the daylight. But other than that, I don't know that I have any interest of being there outside of just like hiking the trails.
See, I would go at night. I mean, we wouldn't because you can't go to state parks after dark. But if you could, I would. Because I think the claims of the spirits are so separate from the interactions. It's not like they even really touch people at all, where sometimes we see spirits that will pull hair, etc. These spirits seem to be completely separate, just watching and observing. So I think I would feel safer, for lack of a better term, to go and try to interact with them at night. I think it would be super cool to go and try to interact with Nancy and see just more information about her and her murder, etc., and to try to figure out who Red Eyes is.
Yes, I mean, maybe Nancy has some idea.
Yeah, that's a good point. That would be really cool. And I also wonder what other spirits are there that would want to come forward, because we know Nancy, Red Eyes, and the native spirits, but I'm sure that there's other spirits there as well. Even someone that just loved the park and loved hiking there, you know?
Yes, I was gonna say it's really easy to like just think about ghosts or spirits that have been there since, you know, the 1800s, right? Or early in its history, but there could be modern day ghosts there as well.
Yeah, and actually, now that you say the 1800s, I am sure that there at some point was someone that died in a mining accident.
Oh, there had to be, yeah.
So I'm sure that those ghosts are there as well. And Moraine State Park is pretty big. So there could be a lot of different areas, a lot of different ghosts in different areas. And another interesting claim is because there's a cemetery that's nearby, people think that maybe there's some crossover from the cemetery of spirits that are roaming through the park.
And that would make sense to me. I think, you know, state parks, regardless of their history / the hauntings that we talk about, are very peaceful.
Mm-hmm.
So if some spirit in a cemetery, you know, was kind of looking to just spend their time maybe outside of the cemetery, it's not a bad place to be.
Yeah, I agree. And I like that theory. They're like, well, what are we going to do today? Let's go walk around Lake Arthur.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's really sweet. But it's always interesting for me to think about how these spirits might be interacting. Like, if they are cemetery spirits coming to the native tribe that used to be there, or Nancy, how are they interacting? Are they like, oh, hey, Nancy?
Yeah, I always hope that. I mean, I hope that the people who may not have known each other in life or had a relationship that wasn't bad in real life are able to just kind of talk like they would normally talk.
Yeah, I think that's sweet. It's really an interesting haunted location to me because the spirits do roam. So it's not like you can say, oh, I'm going to go walk this trail and I'm definitely going to see Nancy, or I'm definitely going to see old Red Eyes. I think you really kind of have to be aware and open to it throughout your time there. Like I said, I've been there tons of times and never seen or felt anything. But I think it's worth an investigation next time we go, to just bring some investigative equipment, see what we can get. And I also went through all of the media that I've ever captured there to look for any ghost orbs or anything. And even photos I've taken of the lake, I didn't capture any spirit orbs.
Gotcha. Yeah, I the other thing is, like, I wonder if the spirits only present themselves to certain types of people.
That could be. Like, what if old Red Eyes is only watching, I was going to say married women, but that would be me. But, you know, like, what if he's only watching women that are there alone?
Yeah.
Or Nancy's only going to talk to women that are there alone or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. That's always good theory. Any final thoughts?
No, this was really interesting. Like I said in the beginning, I always like when we do hiking trails. It's like a little bit creepier than buildings. Just because it's like the outdoors combined with a haunting, you know?
Yeah, that's how I felt about the Elvira bunkers. I was like, these are creepy. They're
Yeah.
just bunkers in the middle of the woods. Same vibes here.
Yes.
If you've been to Moraine State Park and have experienced a haunting, we would love to hear your story, or even if you haven't been and you just have a trail recommendation for Erica. Let us know in the comments, and thank you for tuning in for this week's episode. Tune in next Thursday to see what history and hauntings we discuss next. Stay spooky, my friends.